Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac. A few victories in a row and a randomed Isaac run is fruit of the gods, basically. What actually would be the fruit of the gods? I'm gonna go ahead and say a good peach would probably be the fruit of the gods. That would be, you know, ambrosia, as they knew it back in those days. But peaches, they have a weird little, like a variance to them, don't they? Like sometimes you get a peach and it's just the perfect kind of, sorry, it sounds like I'm trying to run NLP or something on you guys. I swear I'm not. It's got like the perfect texture, perfect consistency. It's soft but not mushy, and, you know, firm but not hard. Sometimes you get a peach and you bite into it and it's like, you know, fast drying cement or something like that, and it's fuzzy. It's like eating a mustache. Anyway, I didn't mean to get off on that tangent so early on in this very episode, but here we are. That was some pretty terrible damage. I was literally just adjusting my volume downwards, not figuratively, or metaphorically, or thematically, symbolically. It was literal, me hitting the volume knob on my keyboard. In any case, doesn't really matter if we take red heart damage on this floor, because it's the very first floor. I was just, okay, well, that matters if we take more red heart damage, but, I am, getting another reroll, which will allow me to hopefully reroll my best friend into something that's not god-awful, and then, the coat hanger, there's no way we're gonna get another reroll for that, and I kinda like it, although I might prefer an HP upgrade. Yes. So, we're gonna check out our curse room first, just in case this is more palatable as a reroll. It's not, it's spiders instead. I have taken, like, some of the worst damage already on this run. I'm not proud of myself, but we reroll my best friend. Maybe we look for the secret room? There's many locations where the secret room could possibly be here, but I'm gonna go ahead and guess that maybe this is it. It's pretty unlikely, but, you know, worth a shot, I thought. And that could have worked out very nicely for us, but instead we end up getting a magic mushroom, which is an awesome upgrade. Also takes us back to full health, which is important, so that maybe I can get a better deal with the devil chance. Now I'm realizing that logic makes no sense, but I'm very happy to have magic mushroom regardless. Magic mushroom plus a tears upgrade, like all stats plus a tears upgrade on the first floor is pretty excellent. Now I'm assuming that these guys are going to be two-shottable, so I'm just going to focus on getting these shots in as appropriately as possible, and we basically have, what feels like a little bit like a Book of Belial or something like that already, but permanently because of the fact that our damage is increased and our rate of fire is increased as well. This is a really good start, and really good starts don't necessarily make for really good runs, but sometimes they do. Double Red Monstro is not the easiest boss fight you can get at this point of the game, but it actually, you know what? It may actually be the most difficult boss fight that you can get at this point in the game. Except for maybe running into like a Renegade Fallen or, you know, Headless Horseman or something like that, but we handled it properly, I would say. Inside of our Deal with the Devil room are two pretty terrible items for this point of the game. Guppy's Paw, very useful later, but not so much right now. And you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna skip these. Book of Sin and Brimstone. We've had, you know, we had Mom's Knife on the last run, technically, so I don't want to engender too much ill will. Let's take our pill. Tears down. That's actually not terrible. I mean, it is terrible, but it's not awful considering we did get that Tears upgrade on the last floor. We also got Maggie's Faith as a trinket, which is an excellent trinket, of course. So I am very happy about that. And we picked up a key, which will allow us to access the item room. There's a blood bank, which will probably allow us to get to this boss trap room, and we have a lot of potentially good stuff still awaiting us here. Again, I think the crate is one of those items that's maybe, or the box. I think I don't know why I always call it the crate, because it doesn't look like the crate, but maybe the item name is actually the crate. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not gonna get too bent out of shape about it. Doesn't look like we're gonna have any more rerolls left. It also doesn't look like we're gonna get any money out of all of these fucking fires, which is ridiculous. Inside of here we have Rainbow Baby, which is an acceptable item, I would say. Not a great one. Not gonna, you know, write home about necessarily, but that's okay. Let's hope that we can get down our health low enough to go to the boss trap room. Probably can secret room into the shop as well, which might give me enough money via this blood bank to actually be able to buy something. Because we know that it can't, well, now we're in a very good position for that. I shouldn't have picked up that heart already, but it was in the way. So we're up to 11 cents. That's going to give us more than enough money to go to the shop. Now all we need is some, you know, means with which to access it. And we get the IV bag there, which is god-awful, but at least we know that we don't have to, you know, fruitlessly play any blood banks ever again. And we had just enough HP loss there to allow us to come in here and pick up the coin purse. So we got two of the same pill And those are tiers downgrade pills, I think. So, kind of a dubious assortment of items here. Compare what we've got to what we could have had. You know, we could have had Blood Bag. We could have had, you know, Squeezy or something in here. Instead, we get Coin Purse, we get IV Bag, Rainbow Baby, which isn't so bad. I shouldn't, you know, hold the sins of the other items against Rainbow Baby, which is, you know, alright in and of itself. For the most part. But certainly, you know, if all of our dice rolls had been 6s, we would have found ourselves in a very much better position at the end of this floor, but it's not that big of a deal. Key gives us guaranteed shop access now. Yeah, those are tiers downgrade pills. Just wanted to make sure. We also got a Balls of Steel pill and Bad Trip. Alright, so a net positive there. We went through all that for a Spirit Heart and 1/6 of a D6 charge. Let's see if our secret room is over here. We could go key-wise into the shop, but I'd rather use a bomb if possible because, hey, we have more bombs, and it allows us to actually go to the secret room, get some more money. Maybe we'll be able to use some of that on the next floor as well. In here we have the ladder. Not quite good enough. I'm going to buy a key and then move onwards, I'd say. Really unfortunate that the rerolls worked out how they did here because there was a lot of really good potential that just didn't quite work out for us. Another Balls of Steel pill and... bombs are key. Alright, well, at least I did buy... no, wait, that doesn't make any sense. At least I still have a key. And didn't waste all my bombs. We'll get our health and then leave. Again, if we had gotten better deal with the devil options, I don't know if I picked this up yet, so just make sure. I got kind of like bad deal with the devil options, a half-decent item from the boss. We got back to full health there. IV bag instead of blood bag. Our shop contained the ladder, and our boss trap room contained predominantly not great pills. That was a very interesting kind of like, you know, you talk about min-maxing. That was the min. Now, we are in Caves XL here. Kind of scary, because this may not actually contain any items, but now that I've gone in here, obviously I know that it does. Nun's Habit is a great item. The one amazing thing we got on the last floor is Maggie's Faith. And hopefully we should probably go back and get that High Priestess card. Hopefully we're able to keep this Eternal Heart alive. It is Caves XL, but I did take a lot of damage on that very first room, so we'll see. And it was to these motherfuckers, so I'm not holding out a great deal of hope. We're only half a hit away from now losing this Eternal Heart, which is not necessarily catastrophic, but is definitely suboptimal. Now, definitely suboptimal was my superlative in my high school yearbook, but let's try to buck that trend. Now, gotcha? Gotcha. Penny that we can't use for anything, probably. We may be able to find the secret room directly adjacent to that item room and then find our way into the item room as a result. I have a D6 I'd like to get some use out of if possible. We could have an arcade on this floor, but again, you know, that calls into question what we do with our Eternal Heart. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Another key. Okay, so we'll open up this item room straight away and see if there's anything wonderful that we can get in there. Squeezy, I don't think could show up. Anything with Spirit Hearts would be lovely, though. Harlequin Baby, not quite good enough. The Bean is even worse, but I'm not gonna be mad if we end up leaving this floor without getting Harlequin Baby. Basically, that's what I try to, you know, not beat myself up about. Because you have a tendency to think like, oh, I wasted my rerolls because I ended up getting worse items than I could have had if I had just taken the first one. And that's true, but, you know, if I had taken the first item that we got there, I would have Harlequin Baby right now. How much does Harlequin Baby improve our chances of success? Very, very minimally. Okay, this is now the danger zone. I fucking hate this knockback on these guys. Also, are these the only enemies we fight now? These are the only enemies in the game, is turrets and the heads. Thank you, and we'll try this one last time. Just give me a Spirit Heart, please. And we'll bomb our way down here for a second key, which will give us access to the other item room. Not to be defeatist, but I am pretty confident that I am going to end up losing this Eternal Heart. I'm okay with it. I'm at peace with it. I still think we have a really good chance of winning this run. But don't get too attached to it. Piercing shots. This is great because it should completely remove knockback, plus, you know, our relatively high damage shots will pass through enemies and do relatively high damage to enemies after. So, I'm very much okay with this. Let's continue moving along here. This should be one of the easier rooms that we've encountered so far. It's been a pretty difficult Caves XL, to be honest with you. Normally don't encounter so many of these assholes. Oh, there we go. So many of these assholes, and I use that term very lightly, but also I mean it here, that get knocked back like crazy and end up hitting you right where it hurts, right in the spirit hearts. Now, we have another Eternal Heart, which we should take. There's no reason not to take it. That actually alleviates all of our concerns. I'm not gonna... I am gonna open this up right away. Let's do this. Alright, so I would say we got an adequate payout there. We got 2 bombs and some money for a key, which is fine. It feels good knowing that that Eternal Heart is actually gonna survive this floor, and now I can actually gamble on an arcade on the blood bank if we find one, which is great. We have a Nun's Habit, so now the blood bank is an amazing option to give us way more rerolls, and sweet, let's move along here. That's gone pretty well, I'd say. That is bombs for money, which we don't really need to do right now. Bomb for a key is a sweet deal. Let's try down here just in case this is the second secret room. Pretty unlikely, but it was worth a shot nonetheless. That kind of thing could end up working out very much in your favor. And a tarot card I can't access. I'm happy with the High Priestess card, though, so I'm not too worried about, you know, not being able to get other tarot cards, although it would be nice to at least know what they are. Alright, this feels a lot more leisurely right now. Somebody up there likes me on this run. We've gotten some pretty good items. You know, if you exempt the last floor, which was mostly just me complaining, then this run has been pretty excellent so far with respect to the RNG, so I'm happy with that. Plenty of keys, decent number of bombs. Gonna get our first cube of meat here. A little bit later than your average teen, but that's okay. I would rather not use a bomb, if possible, to get this tinted rock, but I'll, you know, make a compromise. I'll use a bomb and finish this fight super quickly. And there's our orbital, and we get small rock, which is an excellent item. Well worth a bomb, even though we didn't necessarily have to use one. And this is our deal with the devil shot, basically. Extra damage. Very, very nice. We are doing a fuck ton of damage already. I'm really glad I didn't take Brimstone. That would have compromised the integrity of this run, I think, a little bit at this point. Meat, such a good item. The relic, also amazing. Well, would have if I had more bombs, maybe I could have just hurt myself consistently on that boss, or on the angel room until I got Sacred Heart, but we don't need it. We're in a lovely position. Piercing shots do make it so the turrets don't pop up, unfortunately. Let's try this again. There we go. So getting meat there is awesome. Getting the relic is awesome. I really can't complain about very much at all right now. Hopefully up here we find an arcade. We could trade 2 bombs for 3 bombs. That's a good deal. We'll do that on the way back if we still can. There's an arcade plus an item room is what I'm hoping for. Our orbital saved us from taking damage there. I'm very surprised that this floor ended up working itself out the way it did, but I'm happy for it nonetheless. We're so close to the end of the floor, and I think Celtic Cross is alright, so we'll take it. We'll lose a Spirit Heart to go into that special curse room over there, just in case there's a deal with the devil item that I'd love to pick up. Anything that stacks up damage or tears would be lovely at this point. And we are, you know, we benefited a lot from that floor. Let's just put it that way. Nothing there, unfortunately, but that's okay. Yeah, we improved ourselves a great deal. Nun's Habit, Small Rock, basically an HP upgrade in the form of that second Eternal Heart that we picked up. What else did we get? I think I said piercing shots. Cube of meat, relic, and another HP upgrade and tears / damage upgrade in the form of meat as well. So, as far as XL floors go, it doesn't get too much better than that. Let's head down to the next floor and hopefully continue on with that. Maggie's Faith will pay out here a little bit. And hopefully we don't lose our Spirit Hearts too quickly. It is the depths. I know I said that on the last floor. I was like, it's the caves, I should be fine. And then I ended up taking some really, really dumb damage in quick succession. I know that there's money back there. I'm gonna go get it eventually, but for now, oh, the extra Spirit Heart to protect me feels pretty good. Let's leave here, and we'll use Mr. Mega Glitch to kind of work our way through here. We're not gonna run out of bombs here. I really wonder what would happen if you fucked up this room and just, like, made it impossible for yourself to continue. I guess in Spider Mod, you could just work through it, like teleport yourself past it. But if you weren't playing in Spider Mod, is that just like the end of your run? Is it like, well, you should have thought twice about where you placed that bomb, or like where you spent bombs earlier? Red chest in here, weird. Bunch of spiders. Doesn't really seem worthwhile to come to this room anymore. But every once in a while, you get skeleton key or something, and then you remember why you come to this room in the first place. Also, those, like, the enemies that you start with, the, not really angel fetuses, but floating fetuses, are, the hardest enemies that we'll fight here. Zombies can sometimes be a little tricky, but with piercing shots or any variation thereof, super easy. So, plenty of spirit hearts to back up our... Thought we could fly for some reason. Plenty of spirit hearts to back up our eternal heart right now. Might as well fight the boss. Gives us a pretty good deal with the angel chance, I would say. Not sure if we can get a deal with the devil at this point. And the High Priestess card continues to just, you know, accrue value by sitting in our inventory. At one point, that's like, you know, 20%, 15% off of Isaac Blue Baby. That's a decent sale there. It's not Kmart levels, but, you know, maybe a Sears or something like that. So if we hold the button down, Monster or two will die. I really cannot believe... Yeah, I'll take Squeezy. I really cannot believe that we didn't get an extra deal there, but so be it, I suppose. Still plenty of good stuff available on this floor. A shop that, in all likelihood, probably contains a mini-boss. If we need money, though, we can definitely use a bomb there. I really doubt we'll need money. We only need 1 cent to make it worthwhile. Well, we know it doesn't contain a mini-boss. Alright, this is actually excellent, because maybe we get an HP upgrade here. We do indeed. And it does mean that we're going to have items in our shop, which is awesome, because we have plenty of rerolls, potentially, by way of hurting ourselves and using the Nun's Habit, if we need them, but I would rather just get something good right off the bat. And there are some rooms left, too, where we could maybe just get rerolls the old-fashioned way, you know? You don't always have to inflict self-harm in order to get those. More spirit hearts. We get the map, I'll take it. There's gonna... I mean, I'm not gonna say this is gonna be controversial, but... There's probably a lot of people who would rather I just re-roll it for a chance to get the compass or something like that, and you're not totally off base. That probably is our last remaining shot, but there's other opportunities for us to get the compass, and even if we don't get the compass, you know, better than re-rolling it and, you know, getting Notched Axe or something like that, and then having to bomb the shit out of myself 100 times to make it work. So, we have a few different possible locations for, not locations, sorry, a few different, possible avenues for re-rolling. One of them would be our upcoming item room, which must at this point be on the far right side of the map. We also have our secret room, which has given us Dad's Key and Book of Belial, 2 items I'm not necessarily an enormous fan of. And I guess the secret room is going to prevail. Maybe the secret room is... Let me put it this way, let's do a thought experiment. Dad's Key is in the secret room. What could possibly be in the item room that would tempt me to re-roll it more than Dad's Key? I think the answer to that question is basically nothing. Because Dad's Key is already, you know, tied with many other items for essentially the worst item in the game. Because it's active and we don't need it, and also it's bad. So I think we'll just re-roll this here, and then we may have another chance to get more re-rolls. But I'll just take the Ankh. It's not a, you know... It's not gonna bust through a door like the Kool-Aid Man and say like, hey, your run's going into prime time now. But it is an item that is nice to have in your back pocket just in case things go terribly wrong, you know? And we should actually get another reroll as well, so I miscalculated. Surprise, surprise. And just keep this moving here. There's a Celtic Cross. And another Spirit Heart and Sacrificial Dagger I will just pick up. Gives us a nice kind of offensive suite of orbitals here, which is very nice when something like Celtic Cross is working in your favor as well. And because I feel the need to be thorough at this point, why don't we head up to this last room up here and just see what they've got on offer. You never know. We're definitely going to snag another HP upgrade in the form of, well, we should shoot these. Definitely going to snag another HP upgrade in the form of the Eternal Heart here, and that was that, huh? No money for the next floor, but that's okay, because I imagine we're going to probably run into Super Greed in the boss room or the shop anyway. Sorry about that. Mug of coffee just hit the microphone. Apart from that, I'd say that we have a pretty good run going on here. What can I complain about? We have a ton of HP, a good trinket that has worked out to us to the best of its ability. There's no arcade. Oh, no, sorry. I forgot that we don't have the compass. It just looked like we had the compass. Yes, I did indeed re-roll the Ghost Baby there. In fact, this run, they wanted it to be a familiar run, but I say no. Yep, I had a feeling that was going to happen. The reason I was kind of hype about there not being an arcade is because, oh, well, then I don't have to worry about the, you know, agonizing thought process of should I or shouldn't I lose this Eternal Heart to play the Blood Bank. The answer is I probably should, in most situations, lose this Eternal Heart. Why? And I'm getting rid of the D20 here, which I know is going to frustrate people. I should go back and re-roll that red heart up there, but I'm a little too lazy right now. I know that's basically a pretty fly at this point, but I'm happy to have it. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth on that one. Yes, I am thinking that we'll lose this Eternal Heart if we need rerolls. And, you know, oftentimes we will. We already know that the Blood Bag eventually will pay out with the Blood Bag. The Blood Bank will pay out with the Blood Bag, I should say. I was just checking to see if that was a special room, and it is, but it's not one we need to bomb into, or even can bomb into, so we can just go to our secret room right away. So, yeah, the rerolls are more important if we need them, which we may not, but we may. But we may not. I'm just gonna blow this up. Okay, we got 2 bombs back, which is fine. Also a great indie band that I just made up in my head right now. Got a Spirit Heart in our curse room, Balls of Steel, so that's 3 Spirit Hearts now, and we don't know what this is. I found pills. Alright, well, that ended up being relatively worth it, I would say. Really would love a Bombs or Key Pill now. We've got a Boss Trap room, so this, again, adds to the case for playing the Blood Bank as opposed to not playing the Blood Bank. I think that's probably the avenue we're gonna take. If we can. Because there might not be an arcade on this floor, because I came down with basically no money. In fact, now that I think about it, there might be like nearly a 0 chance for there to be an arcade on this floor. That's okay too. What do I want or hope to find on this floor? I would love to get an ability to fly. Judas Tongue at this point, I mean, we're not going to get... As long as Maggie's Faith is useful, Judas Tongue... Or sorry, as long as Judas Tongue is useful, Maggie's Faith is useful as well. So, you know, the answer to that kind of implied question there is they stop being useful on this floor. So, unless we get Mom's Purse, which is pretty unlikely. And if we do, we'll, you know, re-examine our kind of quandary there. But as of right now, both of these trinkets are effectively worthless. So there's our shop. We definitely have the money necessary to probably get something, even if we have to scrounge around for a little bit more. But yeah, it was basically a gimme at this point that we'd end up fighting Greed. Not 100% guaranteed, but very, very likely. Now, Greed was nice enough to drop a shop item, which means that we're going to have a few cracks at re-rolling this into a more useful item, preferably the compass, but I would probably take 9-volt or battery just because, you know, saves me Spirit Arts from having to hurt myself here. Good, we do have the range necessary to take them out, so we're going to get exactly 1 more re-roll on that. I don't really want to trade a bomb for a nickel at this point, but it kind of seems like it would be foolish not to. Maybe we come across 2 judgments or something later in the game, and it'll be helpful to have this. Well, you know, oh, that was very close. We do have 1 more room. We'd still have to hurt ourselves twice. It looks like the Boss Trap room is just a pipe dream at this point, of course. Let's re-roll it. Get the Bum Friend. I'll take it. Not a great item, but... You know, our other option was that I just walk into spikes, which there are many of, lose a bunch of Spirit Hearts to get more rerolls and eventually get the compass. Or just take Bum Friend, and I think Bum Friend's not very good, but it's maybe better than losing 5 Spirit Hearts trying to get the compass and then eventually, you know, getting Notched Axe or something like that. I know that theoretically we probably should take Liberty Cap into us with the, in with us to the boss fight, but again, it's basically meaningless because we're going to be taking the Polaroid in 1 room anyway. So all of that theory crafting aside, I think we're in a very good position here. We're going to have 9 HP bare minimum, maybe 10. Damage and tears are excellent. That was weird. I spawned, like, inside of part of the body of Mom there. Body of Mom, also my favorite John Mayer song, If He Was Your Dad. That would be, like, frustrating, right, if John Mayer was your dad? I mean, it would be, you know, probably pretty comfortable because he's a wealthy man and he seems like, you know, he's cool enough. Not that you necessarily need your dad to be cool, more of like a, you know, a guiding influence in your life, but, you know, you listen to My Body is a Wonderland and you're like, is that how you feel about Mom? Your mom's body is a wonderland. I could continue, but I really can't imitate John Mayer, as you've probably discovered. You got the Polaroid. Let's not make that mistake again. Continue onwards. Boss would be in the bottom right. If I was establishing this floor for myself, I would put the boss in the bottom right. So I'm going to assume that the boss is in the bottom right, and if we're wrong, it's just like a psychological thing, right? If the boss is in the bottom right, great. If it's not, well, we've already gone the furthest path. So what's the, you know, we now just have a little bit of a shorter path, so it's easier. Careful. Why can I not hit him here? That's a little frustrating. Keys? No, red hearts. I do need more keys. That's like the one thing I can really complain about right now is that, I mean, we don't even need them right now. It's not urgent, but still, it would be nice to have more keys. Sorry, I should have let Bumfriend take that. And our boss room is not down here. You can't get your mom's body is a wonderland out of my head. So, we have less of a trip to get to all of our remaining rooms. That was the psychological thing I was talking about. It's like, well, we've already done the hard work. Now we just got to put in a little bit of extra effort, and then we'll be done with the floor. Now, that's good. More bombs. That is our boss room. Okay. Your boss room is a wonderland. I'm not going to continue with that. I might continue with that. I can't promise you one way or the other. Now, I can't fly, so I've got to be a little careful here. We don't have a lump of coal either. I'm not sure why I'm so attached to the idea of being on the other side of the map to do damage to Bloat. Maybe because Bloat scares the shit out of me. And he's annoying as hell, and I would love for him to be erased from existence, Arnold Schwarzenegger 1997 style. Now, oh, careful. Gonna hit you. What? Oh, I didn't even see the eye there. It was in my blind spot. Anyway, sincerely, that could have gone a lot better. Well, okay. There you go, Bumfriend. This is for you. What do you got for me? You gotta have something. You gave me Bloody Penny. You gave me Bloody Penny, that's it. Alright, okay. Next floor then. Go fuck yourself. Now, just continue onwards here. I don't think the boss room is going to be down here. This is me forsaking my earlier logic and now saying I hope the boss room is as close as is humanly possible. And it's not, but that's okay. Is our speed high enough to get away from these guys? Well, probably not ad infinitum, but our damage is high enough to not have to worry about it. We know that that's a Tears downgrade pill. We don't know what this one does. It's a health upgrade pill. That's pretty nice to have in our rotation. We have a library. I really don't want to use a key to go to the library. I know people are going to say that that's incredibly stupid because, you know, we can reroll it and maybe get double item rooms out of it. Oh, sorry, Bumfriend. Thanks for the key, though. And the bomb that I then forsook. But I really don't want to waste a key to go to that library. I really doubt we're going to get more libraries over the course of the game, and I kind of am skeptical that we're going to get enough rerolls to take all the books out of the rotation, too. So, you know, that might be one of the key points where you and I differ. So be it. I guess we'll take this Eternal Heart. Hopefully we don't get, like, another Guppy's Paw or something like that, because then this will make that look pretty shitty. What do you got for me? I didn't mean to lose my half-heart interval there, but that's okay. Looks like our boss room is pretty much guaranteed to be top left, which is not surprising, and admittedly might make it substantially more likely that we could actually get our library to pay out, but that's okay. I don't think it's going to end up being a, you know, an earth-shattering decision, a run-ending decision, if you will. Okay, we'll just leave through here. We are wasting a lot of rerolls, but that's okay too. Or not wasting rerolls, but, you know, wasting potential rerolls, if you will. That is another health upgrade pill, which is absolutely worth it in my eyes. Pretty excellent. And there are half hearts around, but I'm sure we can probably get one ourselves. Plenty of opportunities to waste our few remaining keys, but I'd rather save these for the chest. We have a boss trap room, which we will not be able to visit. Unless we take like 100 hits against Mom, or go absolutely apeshit on the boss room. Or sorry, the arcade, which is not a boss room. Last time I checked. That would be a pretty horrific bait and switch if it were. Now. Good, good, good. Sorry, Bumfriend. This one's for me. By accident, because of force of habit. Anyway, 15 bombs. I expect that we are probably in for a pretty easy fight here. I'm not sure, like, how to avoid completely fucking over my bombs. Is it just piercing shots that carries them, like, 50 times further than you would normally expect? Let's see. No, that shot was actually pretty good. I don't know. It's going to be an easy fight regardless. It's just kind of annoying that I can't get my bombs in to do as much crowd control as I would otherwise like, but, you know, as long as we're dealing with Duke of Flies, And no chub. Actually, even chub would be fine because we hit all bodily segments at the same time. But anyway, just keep this going here. That was bad damage, I'll admit, but we're on to the next floor. Remember that deal with the angel is worthless. Tempted to go to the curse room, but instead we could just go to the with the boss room instead and not lose any extra HP, which might be more valuable for me personally. Let's try not to take any more dumb damage. I've already taken quite a lot, quite frankly. Not happy with it. Don't get hit. Not like I can control that too much. And you're dead. Okay. What do we have over here? We have another possible key sink. And I can't believe I didn't get hit there. I was nearly 100% sure that I was going to get tagged. And one more hit should do it, or one more barrage. Just going to check over here quickly. I was mostly looking to see if there was... I can't believe we got out of the way of that one either. Mostly looking to see if this was the boss room, and then I was going to go to the secret room. So that is how we're going to handle things. Do we know what that pill does? Bombs or key? Maybe a slightly controversial choice, but this will allow me to start opening golden chests, and it means that I'll never have to worry about keys for the rest of the game. I probably wasn't going to use bombs very offensively anyway, so I don't think it's that big of a deal to get super low on them. Of course, now I have one left, but I still think that this was kind of the right way to handle it, maybe? Curse room is tempting. Let's go into that little flexy part up there. You know what I'm talking about. You know, just the flexy part. Now, this is the danger zone where I really hope that this is not a great card. It's not, thank God. I know that sounds like a weird thing to be hoping for, but I've held on to High Priestess so long, I would hate to, you know, have to get rid of it now to pick up something better. I could use it on a room, but, you know, I didn't take the High Priestess with me for this long just to use it to kill a few Gishes or a couple of Lokis, you know? That actually sounds like an actual thing that, like, you could hear in a Mafia movie or something like that. You know, just a couple of Lokis over there. Hey, give me the pasta primavera. I haven't seen The Godfather. Now, I know that's a point of personal shame. That's okay. Let's move onwards and forget I said anything. It's alright. I'm not in film school. Or any school, for that matter. I was raised in the school of hard knocks, yo. Binding of Isaac on the street since 2011, bitch. Now, I didn't play. I was more like in an apartment most of the time. Almost all the time, really. Hold the button down. Hold the button down. Alrighty. More spirit hearts. I can't even tell if we have red hearts that are missing because they're off the screen. Finally! High Priestess pays dividends. That is what I held it for. The ability to make our Isaac fight maybe 8 to 9 seconds shorter. Thank you for the slow there, Rainbow Baby. I'll be the first to admit we're not necessarily doing as much damage as I thought we would be doing, but we also haven't taken nearly as many hits as I thought we would take, so hard for me to complain too much about that overall. And this is the money shot right here. Celtic Cross invincibility. Oh, Sacrificial Dagger. Probably responsible for like 20% of Isaac's total health there, all by its lonesome. Well, with the cube of meat as well, and the, you know, non-stop barrage of tears, but you get the idea. Now, just hold the button down. Probably some new spawns coming in soon. This fall in the Angel Fetus collection. Now, just keep going. 2 bombs left. I'll save those. Very likely to come in handy later. We got another Spirit Heart back. Excellent. And this is looking like a pretty comfortable cruise to victory here, if I had to say. Where is... Wow, what a weird layout for this floor. Range upgrade. Guardian Angel. Mom's Contact. Not even going to tempt fate by letting that one exist. So, Guardian Angel's an interesting choice. I think it would replace our Pretty Fly. It would make our orbitals better. I'll take it. We'll reroll everything else. Yeah? Yeah, okay. We'll take Mutant Spider and Fat Odd Mushroom. Both of which are upgrades. And that is a pretty amazing first, first reroll on the chest. Now, there's borderline 0 chance of us actually losing this. I have a hard time imagining how that would even happen. So, I'm trying something a little tricky here. Now, I'll just walk into them. Celtic Cross Invincibility is so powerful now. Every time we get it, and we have the health necessary to back it up, it's going to be so good. So I decided, you know what? Fuck it, let's go with the tick. We're not going to need permanent Polaroid Invincibility anyway. I don't know why I can't speak anymore, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Let Bumfred do what he does. I thought I would come into here and then bomb my way into the boss trap room. Turns out that's a really dumb way to think about things because you can't blow up secret rooms from 2 sides when you're on the chest. I still have a hunch, and maybe this is misguided, but I have a hunch that the boss room is up there. Like, in that weird little curly part on the left side. Now, just keep this up with piercing shots. Oh, with piercing shots, this is beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, just no chance of anything happening there that could be bad for me. It would be nice if I could actually freeze these guys. There's a lot of shots coming in. Quad shot just makes our, like, freezing pattern so much more diffuse, which is great. And, Mr. Boom, god-awful. We'll reroll that into the white feather. God-fucking-awful. Now, freeze you, please. It's been a long, long way to winter. Through the cold times and the warm. I gotta refrigerate you, baby. I gotta freeze you like I should. Anyway, Fatboy Slim, is that, you know, still a reference that makes sense in 2014? Maybe, maybe not. Probably more weapon of choice at this point because of the Christopher Walken music video. Anyway, this is a pretty leisurely Blue Baby boss fight here. He's been frozen and slowed for so long that he doesn't even know that he's in the 2nd and soon-to-be 3rd phase of his life. Which is great for me because, you know, he's not spawning the bullshit enemies that he normally does. Pretty much just the easiest combination of items that we've ever had here, I'd say, at this point. So, yeah, sure, hit me. Who cares? Very, very easy and comfortable Isaac run there. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It helps a lot. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.